Thank you. So now we are going to do the breath meditation for a few minutes, okay? You do like this. You look at me, okay? Breathe 7 times in and breathe out 7 times. After that, breathe 7 times from here, this nostril, and breathe out 7 times. Very slowly and very gentle and very relaxed. Just breathe normally. Count your breath. Watch your breath. Be aware of your breath. Just focus and mindful on your breath. Just focus on the breath and watch your breath and to count your breath. Just your mind, follow breath. And after that, we breathe 7 times, both of them nostrils. Do like this. Breathe out, and breathe in 7 times. Just focus on breath and mindful on breath. Just watch it breath. And when we breathe out, we should visualize all the negative karmas and all the problems, all the sufferings, all the disease, all the obstacles come out with breath and clears our mind. All the negative karmas goes to underground. And you visualize, to purify our mind. And when you breathe in, you should visualize we receive all the good qualities, bodhicitta, mind, and compassion and kindness, love from Buddha and from Bodhisattvas. This is very powerful and very meaningful, very beneficial for us in this meditation. Something like a special basic meditation for all our practice. There are many benefits to these meditations, both physical, mental, and emotions. And through this meditation, we increase our positive energy and mindfulness, awareness. And the main purpose of this meditation, mind to be free from distractions, obstacles, and bad emotions, and make a good balance of mind. So we should understand what is the value of this breath meditation. If we meditate on the breath constantly, then we will can improve our meditation or concentration. This breath meditation is especially for make good balance of mind. This is a very important, basic meditation for of all of our practices. So I request all of you, don't give up this meditation and try to keep breath meditation going on until we will achieve, something good result of this meditation. This is very important because, we should practice uh, based on good mind, a good heart, and good balance of mind. This is very, very, very important. If you want to practice compassion and love, emptiness, whatever, we should practice, based on good mind, good balance of mind, and good heart. If we don't have, the good balance of mind, and if we don't have a good heart, good mind, then we don't have chance to practice compassion and love. So that's why we need this meditation, breath meditation. If you have times, we need to do this breath meditation, breath meditation, uh, every morning, maybe it's 10 minutes, 5 minutes. This is very important. This is very, very important. And special, as I mentioned, when you meditate, you visualize. When you breathe out, you visualize all the negative karmas come out and cleanse your mind and purify your mind. And when you breathe in, we should visualize, receive all the good qualities, good karmas, and good so compassion and kindness and love from, Buddha and Dharma and Sangha and Bodhisattvas. This is very, very important. Very, very important. In this, in this way, through this meditation, we can develop a peaceful state of mind, and we can develop inner peace. As I mentioned last night, without meditation, and without understanding, without learn and study Buddhist philosophy, we can't change ourselves. We can't change mind attitude for better. We can't develop ourselves. We can't develop inner peace, and we can't be a good person and a happy person. That's why we need, breath meditation in our daily life. This is very, very important because everything depends on mind. So we need change mind. So we need develop mind. So now we're going to do a short meditation on our mind, okay? Where is our mind? What is the nature of mind? What is the reality nature of mind? What is the ultimate nature of mind? What is the mind reality? Our mind is not any color, and it is not touchable. It is not a form. We can't touch it. But mind is very powerful. Mind has, potential to know everything. It is very powerful. Mind power is, something like unlimited. If it's not keep under control, not control it, it is very, dangerous. This is very powerful. Because of it is very, powerful. It is very clear in our lives. Global war problems and country problems, society problems, family problems, personal problems are, all created from our mind. Therefore, it is necessary to practice keeping the mind, under control. We should control our mind. That we, can bring peace to us in our lives, in our family, in our country, especially in this world. This is our responsibility. Through this mind meditation, we should recognize Buddha nature and need to understand value of Buddha nature. Buddha nature is the main seed of Buddhahood or Buddha. The ultimate nature of the mind is Buddha nature. We should understand, okay? This is very important. The ultimate nature of the mind is Buddha nature. What is Buddha nature? What is the main seed of Buddha? We should understand. The ultimate nature of mind. This is Buddha nature. So all the sentient beings have this Buddha nature. So if we practice, we can achieve Buddhahood because we have Buddha nature. If we practice meditation, we can achieve, liberation from suffering of samsara because we have power, because we have potential, because we have, Buddha nature. So, so this the meditation on mind is very important. Very, very important. Because, we don't know on ourselves. We don't know what is the nature of mind. We don't know our mind. This is a problem, As I mentioned last night, all the problems, come from where? Come from misunderstanding and misconception. So the main purpose of Buddha's teaching is to realize reality. So through the mind, through the understanding and through the meditation, we should understand what is mind, what is mind reality. Because all the sufferings and problems comes from, not understanding reality and misconceptions, and not understanding reality makes us, angry, for example, So in order to understand reality, we need to learn more and study more, meditation more. We should understand Buddhism's, this is very important. Number two, we should understand, Buddhist Dharma has two different aspects, two different meanings. First one is transforming and developing the mind. This is meaning of the Dharma. This is the meaning of the Buddha's teachings. Okay, first one. there are two different meanings of meaning of Buddhist Dharma. First one is transforming and developing the mind. This is the meaning of the Buddha's teaching, and this is Buddhism meaning of the Buddhism. And number two, subdue mind. Subdue our own mind. This is the meaning of the Buddhism Dharma. Buddhism Dharma means the best method to change our mind, develop mind, and best method to subdue our mind, control our mind. This is the meaning of the Buddhism Dharma. This is the meaning of the Buddhism and Buddhist teachings. If you can transform your own mind to develop your mind, or the 10, to subdue your mind, that is the best Buddhist practice. And be good heart and be good mind. And if you can to make cleanse on your mind, that is the best, practice. And this is in sense of the Buddhism Dharma. This is in sense of Buddhism. And the essence of the Buddhism is to purify, purify the mind and to improve and transform the mind. So we need to study and 6 perfections in order to change our mind. And we change our mind attitude for better and develop our mind. So we need to understand about 6 perfections, and we need wisdom. So today I'm going to talk on what is the 6 perfection of actually in the 6 perfection, but today I talk about perfection of wisdom. Because we need wisdom to achieve liberation from suffering of samsara and to achieve, ultimate happiness, long-lasting happiness at Buddhahood. Without wisdom, we can't to be free from suffering and we can't achieve to Buddhahood. So we need, wisdom. Without wisdom, we can't be a happy person. We can't be a good person. We can't make meaningful life. We can't happy life. So we need wisdom. This is very, very important. According to Buddhist philosophy, without wisdom, we can't give up, root of sufferings, ignorance, and attachments, anger, and this kind of the delusions. So we can't give up without wisdom. For example, if we practice bodhicitta and renunciation for many years, many numberless lifetimes, but without without wisdom, we can't achieve Buddhahood, and we can't achieve liberation from suffering of samsara. Actually, of course, bodhicitta and love and compassion is very, very important. But we need, compassionate, wisdom. We need compassion and, wisdom. Both of wisdom and compassion. And we can practice, unity. We need to practice together. So we need to understand what is the meaning of the right view, and what is the meaning of the wisdom, and what is the meaning of the perfection of wisdom. This is very important. Actually, there are, according to Buddhist philosophy, there are many different wisdoms. Okay, but but realization of emptiness and realization of impermanence. These two wisdoms are the most important. According to Buddhist philosophy, realization of the emptiness. This is the best wisdom. And realization of the impermanent. This is also very important wisdom. So now I'm going to talk about realization of impermanence. Okay, impermanence. What means impermanence? What is realization of the impermanence? We should realize that there are two kinds of impermanence. One is gross impermanence, and one is subtle impermanence. We should understand these two different impermanence. Okay. One is a gross impermanence, and one is a subtle impermanence. So there are two kinds of realization of impermanence. Sorry, realization of a gross impermanence, and realization of subtle impermanence. First, we should ask ourselves why we can't remember Dharma, and why we can't practice. Why can't we make successful our practice? Why can't we practice pure Dharma or real Dharma? Why can't we practice constantly until we achieve good result from our practice? Actually, all the sentient beings, and especially human beings, want to happiness and overcome suffering. Nobody wants suffering. But we can't remember practice. We can't remember Dharma. We can't and practice. And can't we make successful our practice? And we can't practice pure Dharma or real Dharma. And many people, want to practice, but they can't, practice constantly. We can't, we can't be, practice constantly until achieve, something good result and good feel and good experience from our practice. So, we can't remember impermanence, so we can't remember Dharma, we can't remember impermanence. That's why we can't remember what is the Dharma. And we can't remember impermanence of death. So we can't practice. And we can't remember and understand impermanence of death. And we don't understand impermanence. Therefore, we, if we really want to be a good practitioner or if we really want to achieve the highest goals from our practice, we should learn more about what is impermanence, and we should understand more about impermanence, and we should remember the impermanence of death all the times. This is very important. Okay, we can't remember Dharma, yeah, because we can't remember, impermanence, and we can't remember, impermanence of death, and we don't understand about impermanence. That's why we can't remember Dharma, and that's why we can't, practice, and that's why we can't practice constantly, achieve, something good result from our practice. The most important thing is to remember, is that death is uncertain, and our time of death is uncertain. At the time of the death, only Dharma can help us. These three things we can't forget in our life. We need to remember all the times. Death is certain. Time of the death, uncertain. At the time of the death, only Dharma practice, Dharma can help us. Only good karmas, good imprints can help us. Okay? We should understand. Death is certain. Time of the death is uncertain. And at the time of the death, only Dharma practice, Dharma and good imprints, good karmas can help us. So nobody can help us at the time of the death. Nobody. We need to, memorize these three lines, okay? Death is certain, and a time of death is uncertain. And at the time of death, only the Dharma can help us. So now we're going to going to talk about how we should learn about gross mind, gross impermanence, gross impermanence. First, we learn with our body. We know that, in the right moment of birth, our body was very small and slowly grew up. When we were a teenager, our body was beautiful and very light. And when we also very strong. But then as we age, our body is, like a tree, very hard, not easy to move and not easy to, bind down and stand up. This, this is a very clear sign of, our body is impermanence. So we can learn about impermanence from our body. and from our mind, from our hair, from our face. And we can learn from its four seasons, weather, change very fast. Our life is also change very fast, same like weather. There, then there are, more and more, uh, wrinkles on our face, and our hair becomes white, and then we finally die. That kind of gross impermanence we can see and understand, but still we can't remember the impermanence of death because we have ignorance. We can't remember. We can't understand about impermanence. Actually, uh, we can see gross impermanence. We can see many things change. We can see sometimes, our tables and cups and broken. Of course, we can see some people die. But still we can't remember, on ours and what is impermanence of death. Actually, we, really don't want to become old, and we don't want to be sick, and don't want to die. But nobody can run away from becoming old, and nobody can stop, uh, death. Nobody can prevent sickness or death. Nobody can stop death. Why? Because life is impermanent. Because life is impermanent. Nobody can, stop death. Nobody. Nobody can run away from the death. Because our life is impermanent. This is the nature of, impermanence. And we have lots of this kind of experience from our lives. But still we can't remember the impermanence of death. Why? Because we don't understand well about impermanence of death. And we don't understand about subtle impermanence. Subtle impermanence. And therefore, first we should learn more and understand more about this kind of the gross impermanence. And practically and exam. For example, when we did our hair start to become, white. When did the wrinkles on our face beginning? Of course, this start from, the moment of our birth. We should understand, when did our hair start to become white? When did, start our faces, old and, for example, wrinkles on my face beginning. Of course, this start from the moment of our birth, but we can't see. Everything just, change in a momentary, change instant. It's very fast. In 1 minute, in 1 second, 1 minute, 1 hour, one day, month, year, change very fast, change very fast. And our life, becomes shorter and shorter, shorter and shorter, close to death. But we can't remember impermanence of death. According to Buddhism philosophy, Buddhism, we believe in a next life. So we need to do something for next life. This life means very short. This lifetime is maybe 90 years old, maybe 100 years old, 100 years. Isn't it? Next life means, we will, rebirth again and again, again and again, so achieve, liberation, achieve, until achieve, Buddhahood. So we have a numberless lifetime, the next lifetimes. According to Buddhist philosophy. So really, we need to do something for next life. This life is compared to next life. This life is very short. This is very short compared to next life. Next life means, we will have so many life next, lifetimes. Or also we had numberless lifetimes. What is that? Yeah. Past, So everything start, changing within 1 second, and then 1 minute, and then within 1 hour. Impermanent things start, changing from 1 second. For example, if 1 minute has passed, then our lives becomes, 1 minute shorter. Nobody can stop this time. Nobody can stop time. So we need to remember Dharma, and we need to practice. First, we should understand death is certain. So we need to practice. Number two, we should understand time of the death uncertain. So we need to practice now. We can't say I practice tomorrow. We can't say I will practice when I after retire. We can't say I will practice after maybe 50 years or 50 years, 20 years. We can't delay. Because time is very fast, change very fast. So at the time of the death, only Dharma practice can help us. So we need to practice. You are a very powerful person. You're a very rich person. You have a lot of friends, but nobody can help us. Nobody can help. You have very good family, but at the time of death, they can't help. Can't help. At the time of death, we have to leave this body. This body can't help us. If you have a lot money in a bank, but can't help us. Really, So only Dhamma practice and good imprints and good karma can help us. So we need to practice. So we first we need to remember them, then we practice. Then practice constantly. Achieve something good result. with your mind experience from practice. This is very important, very, very important. If you practice enough, develop enough yourself, you can see something new, new life, new world. You can get new life. You will see new world. Definitely. As I mentioned, if we, purify our mind, if we have clear mind and pure mind, we can see different. If we have a good mind, good heart, everything good for us. So the practice, this according to Buddhism, the practice of taking refuge with Buddha, Dhamma, Sangha, it is really helpful time of the day. Best, that is the best transfer. In Tibet, we said Pua. Pua means transfer. The practice of taking refuge, Buddha Dhamma, with Buddha and Dhamma and Sangha. It is really helpful time of the day. Best, that is best transfer. And our practice of, also of practice of compassion and bodhicitta. And recent some mantra of cherishing, Om Mani Padme Hum, the Buddha of compassion. This is the best practice of a transfer, best practice of Pua. So, everyone can, take refuge, yeah? And everyone can recite mantras, Om Mani Padme Hum. It's very easy for us. And everyone can practice compassion and love and bodhicitta. So we don't need to worry about death. We don't need to worry about next life. Buddha said that, if we really practice refuge and bodhicitta and compassion, especially we practice it at the time of the death, we don't need to go into hell realm. We don't need to go into hungry ghost state of hungry ghost. And we don't need to go into animal realms. So, we believe, take refuge, practice compassion, practice bodhicitta. This is, the best, this is the best practice of a transfer, Pua. And this is the best practice for, and it is our best preparation for death and preparation for next life. Even for the next life, this is the best preparation for next life. We should, but we should not expect big change within a few minutes and within a few days. That is unrealistic. You must think mental change or mental development takes time, and year. Later, then we feel becomes stronger and stronger, and our mind becomes more calm and more peaceful. If we accept, if we accept, expect a result to come immediately, this is the source of, failure in our practice and cause for losing patience with our practice. So this is not good. So as I mentioned, we are human beings. We can do everything. We can change everything. We can change our karma. We change our mind. We can change our mind. We can change our life. And we can practice. So first we need to understand about impermanence. This is very important. We remember impermanent, death of impermanent, impermanence of death. And our life is impermanence. All the compounds, all the, these things, change very fast. So we need practice now. Nobody knows we will have tomorrow or not. Nobody knows when we die. We can't say we have tomorrow or not. So we need to practice today. As I mentioned, according to Buddhist philosophy, we can practice any times. We can practice, everywhere. We can practice whenever. If we really want to practice, we don't need any good, a good time and a certain time and a special time. We can practice anytime. We can, for example, we can meditate compassion on compassion. We can practice compassion. We can practice, any times. And we recite some mantras, Om Mani Padme Hum. You can recite mantra, recite any times, everywhere. When you drive, when you car, you can practice. You can recite mantras. And you can, practice compassion and love anytime. Especially, you can be patient with your family. When you eat, when you talk, you can practice. This is all the best practice. You can be patient with your friends, with your family members. So we have chance to practice, So we have many chances, many opportunities to practice compassion and love. We try to make a happy family. We try to make, happy others. This is the best practice. One practice one part of the Buddhism. So why I talk about impermanence? Because we can't remember Dharma, because we can't remember impermanence. We can't practice. Why? Because we don't understand about impermanence. Why we can't practice constantly? Why we can't practice? Why can't we practice pure Dharma? Because we don't understand about impermanence. So we need to learn more about impermanence. And we learn and meditate more on impermanence. This is very important. So understanding, the impermanence. This is a realization of the impermanent. Realization of the impermanence. If we understand, impermanence, this is a realization of impermanence. So we need the realization of impermanence. So we, generate realization of impermanence. This is very important. This is a very important wisdom according to Buddhist philosophy. And as I mentioned, we need to understand about emptiness. And we need, realization of emptiness. Without realization of emptiness, we can't achieve liberation from suffering of samsara. And we can't achieve Buddhahood. And we can't, give up root of suffering as ignorance and attachments, angers. We can't give up without, understand emptiness and without, realization of emptiness. So we need to learn more about emptiness and meditate on emptiness, and we should understand emptiness. What is meaning of emptiness? Actually, everyone know emptiness is a very profound and very deep subject from all of the Buddha's teachings. Especially very difficult to explain in detail and clearly. May not possible to explain exactly. That means, when you meditate on emptiness and when you understand emptiness, you can understand very clearly. But when you talk about emptiness, it's not easy, very difficult. May not possible to, possible to explain exactly. Emptiness is like, infinite sky. Emptiness is not just a religious matter. That is reality. That is related to the philosophy. And this is related to our view. So, as I mentioned last night, we can't find ourselves. Where is I? For example, my name is Tashi. I am a Tibetan monk. But analytically, when I can't find myself. Where is I? Where is Tashi? Tashi means just name. Where is I? Where is Tashi? Where is Joe? That's why, according to the Buddhist philosophy, everything is just a name. Everything is just, imputation. Everything is just inputted by the mind. Good or bad or, everything is just inputted by the mind. Everything is just imputation. We can't find. Where is I? My legs are not I. My hand is not I. My, head is not I. My body, not I. So where is I? You look for, yourself very deeply, but you can't find yourself. So exactly same, all the things same, your car, Honda, where is your car? Honda, where is your car? Wheels and machine and, covers, not car. You separate it from your mind, with your mind, where is the car? We can't find. And exactly same the passport. Actually, passport is very meaningful. What is very useful, But where is passport? What is passport? Analytically, analysts, you try to find your passport. You can't find. Where is your passport? First page is not passport. Second page is not passport. On the passport, you have your picture, photo. This is not passport. Maybe one step from the government. This is not passport. So what is passport? What is the meaning of passport? Where? Everyone love to passport. This is very useful. Without passport, we can't travel to other countries, isn't it? It is, very clear. But where is passport? What is the meaning of the passport? Even the same, not only passport. This cup, where is this cup? This cup also made of many different, things, different parts. Also, it has many different colors. You meditate on yourself. Where is I? You meditate on I. Until you have something, feel, feel, something you have feeling, then you can develop, understand, emptiness. Then you can develop realization of emptiness. Where is I? It's just finally, maybe we feel something like zero. Everything is like zero. Passport is very useful, but this is just a name. Just by inputted by the mind. Just give, just a labor, just a name. But still this existed. Still existed. Still we have. Still we can use. It is very useful. Exactly the same our life. Same. Our human beings, the same the passport. It's very useful. This life is very useful. This we can do many things with this life. Especially this body, this life, human life. But we can't find ourselves. This like just like zero. Zero is very important, isn't it? Very useful for numbers. This is zero is something fundamental of numbers. Exactly the same. Everything is just like zero. Empty. Empty of inherent existence. Inherent existence. So in this way, we should understand, we need to understand emptiness. Emptiness is the same like infinite sky that existed everywhere. For example, this cup, self-reality nature is emptiness. Our body itself, reality nature is emptiness. Car, passport, everything the same. Self, self-reality nature is emptiness. We are same. Our self-reality nature is emptiness. That means we are not inherently existent, not truly existent. On that way, we can say that all itself, reality, nature is emptiness. So I want to make clear, okay? Many people say that, cup is emptiness. Everything is emptiness. Okay, this is wrong. This is a wrong view. This is a misunderstand. This is a wrong understand. As I mentioned, cup itself, reality, nature is emptiness. But cup is not emptiness. Okay? Everything is same. So, cup itself, reality nature is emptiness. Our self, reality nature is emptiness. Passport, car, themselves, reality nature is emptiness. But the cup is not emptiness. Car is not emptiness, okay? We should understand. This is very important. Yes.
You, Geshe. When we get reincarnated, what goes to the next life? Is it when we get reincarnated, what goes to the next life? Is it karmic seeds or if we're empty?
Yes. This is a good question. We have a next life, okay? And after our death, we will go to where? Bado. You know Bado? Intermediate state. So actually, I'm Tashi. Tashi is, just name. But Tashi, there are two different Tashis, okay? Two different I think this is important for you. Two different eyes. I. One's a conventional I. Okay? Conventional I come from the past life to here. Here to go to next life. Goes to next life. Conventional I. So we have next life. Conventional I, goes to next life. And conventional I take all the good karmas and good imprints to next life. Then reincarnate to next person, next life. Actually, reincarnation and reincarnated, those there, we should understand I am a reincarnation of my past. You are also a reincarnation of your past. Okay? Every sentient beings from a past life. So we are reincarnation. Reincarnation of our past life. Maybe I'm a reincarnation of my past life cow, for example. Fish, maybe dogs, maybe cats. Nobody knows. We can't remember our past life. Yeah. So if you have a good karma, if you have enough good karma, you will get good rebirth. You will rebirth higher state, You will have a good life. If you always do something wrong and bad, create the negative karma, definitely we will go to where? Hell realm, maybe hungry ghost state, maybe animal realms. Depends on ourselves, depends on our karma. Good life or bad life, everything depends on our life, depends on our karma. So, we need to practice, uh, six perfections. It's very important. Uh, Practice perfection of, generosity, perfection of discipline, perfection of patience, perfection of diligence, perfection of concentration, perfection of wisdom. Very, very important. We can practice generosity anytime, anywhere. You are not rich, no problem. You don't have money, no problem. You can practice generosity. Really. And you can practice morality. You can practice discipline. And you can practice what is diligence and a great effort. And we can practice concentration anytime. That's why Buddha's teaching, Buddhism is very open for everyone, easy for everyone. Really, if you like, you can practice. If you don't like, you don't need to practice. Nobody can force on you. Buddha said that. First you learn, first you listen, first you examine, check Buddha's teaching. Then good for you, suitable for you. If you realize this is beneficial for yourself, then you can follow. Then you can practice. Then you can learn more and meditate more. Otherwise, you can't say, oh, this is my tradition. This is our tradition. This is because of Buddha's teaching. You can't say like that. This is, blind faith. So, Buddha's teachings, everyone can practice. Buddha's teachings, depends on, just practice. Not depends on, uh, caste, caste, past, Not depends on, countries and, something. It depends on practice. Buddha said that. So everyone can, practice Buddhism. So, as I mentioned before, emptiness is not just a religious matter. This is a reality that is related to philosophy and that is related to our lives, our, views and our lives. Emptiness is emptying of negation of inherent existed. This is the meaning of emptiness. Emptiness is just emptying of negation of inherently existed. That means, emptiness, emptying of inherently existed. Emptiness is same like infinite sky. that existed everywhere. For example, this, as I mentioned that before, this cup self-reality nature is emptiness. That means we are inherently existed. We are not inherently existed, not inherently existed. That's why, everything themselves, reality nature is emptiness. We are not truly existed. On that way, we can say that all itself, reality nature is emptiness. Emptiness is a effect, a matter of philosophy and basis of ultimate view, basis of, actually emptiness is also, of course, middle way and middle path. And also we call middle consequence. The best middle way is, realization of emptiness. Okay? According to the Buddhist philosophy, we need to understand the middle way. We need to follow middle way. We need to practice middle way and middle path. What is the middle path? What is the middle way? What is the middle path? As I mentioned, the best middle way is a realization of emptiness. Okay? Actually, there are many different, of course, there are many different emptiness. Emptiness of internal, and that means emptiness of eye, eye consciousness, ear consciousness. So, example, emptiness of mind, internal emptiness. What is internal? The emptiness of internal and emptiness of external. Emptiness of external means, that means emptiness of body, emptiness of this cup, emptiness of this table. And of course, emptiness of outer and inner. So there are many different emptiness. That means, many different emptiness means, for example, emptiness of this flower, emptiness of this cup, emptiness of this watch, emptiness of this bell, emptiness of a pad, for example. Because, cup itself, reality nature is emptiness. This iPad itself, reality nature is emptiness. So, emptiness, same like, infinite sky existed everywhere with everything. Everything is empty of, inherently existed. Okay? And everything is, empty of negation of, of inherently existed. That's why emptiness is everywhere, existed everywhere with everything. So, in a Heart Sutra, you know, form is emptiness and emptiness is a form. Form is not different, something like not different emptiness. Emptiness is not different from a form. That means is form is, emptiness. Emptiness is a form. That mean means meaning is, like emptiness and form, same nature, same nature, same identity, single identity. That's why in Heart Sutra, cup, cup is emptiness. Emptiness is cup. Form is emptiness. Emptiness is a form. That means, form and emptiness of a form, same nature, same identity, single nature. Many people, misunderstand, oh, this form is emptiness. Emptiness is a form. This is wrong. Form is not emptiness. Emptiness is not a form. But form and emptiness, of form, same nature, same identity, single identity. That's why in Heart Sutra, form is emptiness. Heart Sutra say that, form is emptiness, emptiness is a form. So now how we understand how, so why in a cup is not emptiness. We need to understand. Very important. This cup is not emptiness because this is impermanence. This is impermanent, Cup is impermanent. Emptiness is permanent. Impermanent and permanent, total different, and contradiction. Cup also, this cup is always impermanent, not permanent. Emptiness of a cup is always permanent. It is not impermanent. That's why cup is not emptiness. Emptiness of cup is not what is not cup. Cup is not emptiness. Okay, why? Because cup is impermanent. Emptiness of cup. Emptiness of cup is not cup. Because emptiness of cup is it is permanent. Permanent and impermanent always different. Always yeah, this is a contradiction, Okay. But in Heart Sutra, Buddha said that form is emptiness, emptiness of form. Why? Why he said that? Because that means form and emptiness of form always the same nature, same identity, single identity. That's why Buddha said form is emptiness, emptiness is a form. He never said cup is emptiness. Okay, form is emptiness. Literally, literal word meaning. He says, form is emptiness, because a form is form and emptiness as a form, same nature, same identity. Okay, that means when we look at the cup, this appeared to our mind. This is just cup. We can't see different between cup and emptiness of cup. Can you see? No. Cup self, reality nature is emptiness. Emptiness of a cup always here with this cup. But we can't see. We can't make different between, a cup and emptiness of a cup. Always appear to our mind is the same. Same appearance. So that means, emptiness of cup and the cup of emptiness, same nature. Okay? Same identity. but different, concept. What is conception? Okay, same identity, same nature, different conception. So yes, this is changeable.
That the cup is changeable, but that emptiness isn't changeable. Emptiness is permanent.
Yes,
And that's why they're contradictory.
yes,
Yes. And yet those two things can exist on the same thing and in everything
yes,
at the same time.
yes,
Okay.
yes. We should understand this. This is very important. Cup is impermanent, and a cup of emptiness is permanent. But always, those two things always together here. Always, uh, existed on the same time with the same thing. With one's cup, what is a cup? For example. So this cup is conventional truth.
Mhm.
Okay, and emptiness of cup is ultimate truth. True truth is always together. Always those two things, always existed on the same time, at the same time, with this cup. Yeah.
What is the Thank you. I wanted to ask, what is the nature of emptiness itself? Meaning, when you say the cup is empty, right now you are maybe having tea, and then once you drink it, the cup will be empty. So physically,
No, not like that.
so physically it would be empty. However, when we say empty, are we trying to say it is devoid of anything, or if it does metaphorically, or for example, when you say the form is empty, like my body is a form, and so considering that my body is impermanent and which is a form, therefore it is empty. But empty of what?
Okay. Empty of inherently existed. Inherently, and empty of true existed. And empty of self-independent. Okay. Emptiness means not like this empty cup. Okay. This cup, itself, reality nature is emptiness. Because the cup itself, reality nature is emptiness. Because this cup is empty of inherently existed. And this cup empty of self-independent. Okay. This cup is not self-independent. This cup is not inherently existed. This cup is interdependence. This cup, depends on many different causes and conditions. And this cup, depends on parts and pace of these parts. So many different things. That's why this cup is empty of self-independent. This cup is empty of inherently existed. And this cup empty of truly existed. Existence, So now you have any question?
Thank you.
Like to understand more on the how we derive emptiness as being permanent. So as I understand, the emptiness of the cup itself is also empty, right? Because the emptiness of
Self-reality nature is emptiness. You must make clear, okay? Cup is not emptiness.
yeah, cup is not emptiness.
Cup itself, reality nature is emptiness. That means, as I mentioned that before, you try to find this cup, you can't find. Okay? This what is, this lid is not cup. This handle is not cup. This part is not cup. This part is not cup. This, bottle is not cup. So where is the cup? Can you find this cup? Analytically, if you examine, if you experiment on this cup, where is cup? That's why cup itself, reality, nature is emptiness. But cup is not emptiness. Cup we can use. We can put water, tea, and I can drink from this cup. This is very useful. Okay? This is a conventional truth. Cup is conventional truth. Cup itself, reality, nature is an ultimate truth. Totally different. Very big difference. Okay? As I mentioned about passport, exactly same. Everything is same like zero. When we, try to find, we try to find out. When we, do something like figure out, we can't find it. So everything is like just zero. But still we can use. Still it's very useful. Exactly same like zero. Zero is just empty, just zero. But still very useful. As I mentioned, and this is fundamental of numbers, So, any question?
I want to follow up on that. If a passport and a cup all as itself is emptiness, but if you give a meaning and use it, then it's useful. Then same thing as a human being. Human being, if as itself, after all this lifelong period, we drink water, we eat food, and then we grow. And so it's along the way, we have a different period of time. But if we gave a meaningful life, it won't be emptiness. As a whole, then we're together.
Yes.
That's how I get
No,
it.
it's the same. Yes.
Then if that's the case, then we look at the history. Like 100 years ago, we don't have, if a human is life is a very, because of follow up with her question, reincarnation really enlighten me means if we do something right now, we have a better next life. But 100 years ago, for the entire human history, we don't have 8 billion people. That time we don't have that many people. Then suddenly we have 8 billion people. Does it mean all these 8 billion people from a previous life we develop? Then today suddenly we all reincarnate into human. Then we suddenly all come to human life. Then during the same time, for the past 100 years, lot of animal extinct. We all turn into human. Does
Okay.
it that Am I going crazy or something?
No, this is
No,
a
I'm
very
just
good.
suddenly, because since she talk about the reincarnation, because I never think about reincarnation. Suddenly I think, oh my God. Then Master, you said we don't remember previous life. Then you said you don't know if we are fish or something. I said, oh my God, study science. The science said we use 150 years. We kill all those animals, force them go extinct. Then humans suddenly grow to 8 billion and still growing. What's going on? I'm just, I just,
Yes, yes, yes.
so
Yeah.
sorry. I combined too many questions together. And
No, this is a very good question. Good question means, yeah. Yes. Sure, 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 sure. Yes, yes. So, yeah, we are incarnation from the past, okay? Past life. So many human beings from a different earths. According to Buddhist philosophy, we have many, many different earths. Okay? Not only this world. So numberless different earths. So many, many human people, human beings, reincarnation from, different earths. And of course, some of human beings reincarnation of their past life animals, many animals, of course. And so maybe past, maybe few generations ago, human being maybe 6 billion, something like that. Now we have 8 billion, 7 billion. So because many, many human beings from different earths, I believe, okay? And some of course, some human beings from hungry ghost and animal state. And some human beings from hell realms. Yeah. Yeah, now of course, maybe better than before, maybe worse. I don't know. Maybe your past life, maybe animal. You are from animal, now this life much better than animal life. Maybe you from a human being, maybe better one. I don't know. Maybe some, Rinpoche Lama, Tuku, for example, what is a Sufu, and maybe, you know, okay. So according to Buddhist philosophy, if you want to understand your past life, you check this life, look at this life, look at this body, then you could understand your past life. That means, oh, now I'm very happy and I'm rich, I'm everything fine, I'm a very happy person because, uh, in my past life, created good karma. A lot created good karma. So I have good life now. Okay. And if you look at this present mind, this mind, you will know, you could know, you understand where you will go. That means, you can practice. You have a good mind. You have compassion. You have love. You have a good mind, good heart. Definitely you will have, good life, betterness life. So everything depends on ourselves. Okay. And another way, our reality nature is just a name, just labor, just imputation. But it is very useful. We created a good karma. We can create a lot of good karmas. And we accumulate a lot of merits. And we can do many things for others, for benefit of all the sentient beings. we can make a meaningful life for others. As I mentioned before, exactly same passport. Passport is very, very useful. Exactly same. Our life is very important and very meaningful, or it is useful for others. But when you research, when you try to find ourselves, when analytically you can't find ourselves, you can't find I. Where is I? Okay, but there are two different I. This is very important. You should understand. Okay, you should understand there are two different I: conventional I and inherently existed I. Okay, conventional I is from a past life and goes to next life. Inherently existed I is not existed. That means, we are empty of inherently existed. Okay, maybe now you break time. Yeah.
Can
We
I,
check.
there's one online question. Is that
Okay,
okay,
okay.
Geshe, from Stephanie? And Stephanie asks, how are emptiness, dependent arising, and mental labeling related?
What?
How are emptiness, dependent arising, and mental labeling related?
Okay. Yeah. Actually, maybe on next session I talk about interdependence. Okay. Everything is interdependence. That's why everything themselves, in reality, nature is emptiness. Our mind is also interdependence. Our mind depends on many different causes and different parts and different, levels and different conditions. So, our mind is interdependence. Our mind is not, truly existed, not self-independent, not inherently existence. Because mind is, depends on cause. Mind is confronted causes and conditions. And mind, depends on, first moment, second moment, third moment, many different moments. And mind also depends on many different levels. Okay? Different, some gross mind, subtle mind, different levels, That's why everything is actually, everything is interdependence. Our life is interdependence. Our, mind is interdependence. Dependently, many different things. So, okay, now we take maybe break time, okay?